Hello people of the verse and welcome to the channel. It's the Eradicator here. In this video we'll talk about player healing because this was the main topic of yesterday's video of calling out devs with Richard Triad, a very interesting episode, and so I've decided to condensate all of everything that was said into one single video where I also give further detail and explanation about what was said. Before we do that, guys, a big shout out to my latest Patreon here, Peter Martonak. Thank you so much for joining the Rad Club. You should have also access to my Discord channel by now. Alright guys, now what is going on here with player healing? Well, apparently this is going to be the next iteration of actor status. The actor status which was introduced in Star Citizen of 3.9 but was very basic, obviously, right? It was only about thirst and hunger and hunger, so about eating and drinking, and that was basically it. Now here with the next tier 1 here, the idea is that limbs will have their own statuses, and overall Richard said that there will be 3 tiers of severity, the tier 1 being the worst, while tier 3 being the lowest, and so there will be consequences for each of those tiers. Let's say for example that tier 3 could be a broken or hurt arm. Well, this is already going to have consequences for the status of that arm. Now for example, it will have an effect on your aiming when you are using a gun, and you will not be as precise, for example, as you would be if you were fully healthy. Tier 2 could be, for example, I'm speculating here, but we could totally imagine you losing some strength in your arm, being so bad that you can't aim anymore and you're just dropping your gun, right? Well, tier 1, sorry, will be your arm being completely broken, unable to use it, and the only way to get that fixed will be to go to the hospital, and it could be pretty bad actually. Richard did mention that, for example, a tier 1 leg injury would be you not even able to stand up, and you'll be stuck in prone mode. The only way for you to get back on your feet would be to have an actual medic right next to you to treat you, and this is where this is going to introduce the next profession to Star Citizen: medical gameplay. Medics are going to be actually a necessity. We are going to need medics in the game. They will have a very important role for players to be able to carry on their duties and activities. We'll talk about that a little bit later, further down the line in this video. Now, I mentioned medical facilities, and just like injuries, medical facilities will also have tiers. Now, Richard said that he did complain that the tiers are reversed, like for injuries, the worst tier is tier 1. Here, with hospital, the worst tier is tier 3. So, tier 3 would be like the Cutlass Red, for example, these kind of medical facilities where they would just treat some minor injuries, but it's not really going to fix you. Then you would have tier 2 and tier 1, which will have respawn abilities, and these are going to be able to offer better medical facilities and better medical treatment, while tier 1 being the hospital, while tier 2 actually being something like the 890 jump and the Carax. Now here Richard really did insist again that all of these injuries are really going to have an effectiveness on your characters for all different kinds of activities in the game. It's not just going to be for combat, for example, but let's say you are also in a cave mission or you are mining. If you are injured, maybe you will not even be able to climb some of those cliffs that can only be climbed, right? Or even it can be as stupid, but it can be as unfortunate as you not even be able to climb the ladder of your own ship if you're in one of those ships that only has a ladder. Now, when it comes to player healing being as a profession here, they did say that players will have different access to different kinds of tools, right? And let's say that they first mentioned the multi-tool, which is going to be an improved version of the med pen, and just like the med pen, you will be able to use it on other people. The same goes with the multi-tool, but the multi-tool here will also have different functions. For example, you'll be able to scan people and understand where they're hurt, which is also going to be very effective if you want to be healing people. Let's say apply a med pen exactly on the right limb. Let's say, for example, if someone is injured, has an arm injury, and you're applying a med pen on their leg, then maybe that's not going to fix the arm, if you see what I mean. And at the same time, he also added that in most cases they want players to be able to revive other players. So you're not really going to experience, well, let's say you are down by another player, right? Or you just die in the game. Technically, you're not dead yet. You still have the chance to be revived by a player if you decide to wait. Otherwise, some people will also have the ability to just hit backspace, which will make them respawn, and effectively they will be died and they'll be cloned in another facility. But if there are healers around and if you are waiting to wait, maybe you can. They didn't say if it's possible to chat, to send a message in the chat of the game to allow to make people come to you. But I guess people will be able to do that, right? So if you want to wait for them people to come, then it will be possible, though. Also, when it comes to healing, and this is where my mind was blown when I was listening to Richard. Apparently, to heal players, there will be different levels of drugs, which is fantastic, right? And you really, those drugs here, a complete thorough knowledge of those drugs is really going to be important, because apparently dosage is going to also have its own importance here. You will have to take under consideration the dosage of the drug, otherwise maybe there will be some side effect. Let's say, for example, you give some drugs to a patient but you give way too much, then maybe they are going to have a double vision or bloody vision, or maybe it will actually worsen their conditions. So knowing exactly what you are doing as a medic is also going to make a huge difference. If you don't know what you're doing, you're just messing around and giving random drugs to other players, then who knows, maybe they'll even die. They will not be able to play properly. They're probably going to have to see another doctor. So here the idea is to really make healing a dedicated profession with actual expertise mattering here, which is wonderful, right? And they did say that for different kinds, they will have different types of drugs. Some drugs will be either given by hand, or they will be given via a dedicated healing gun as well. But the healing gun will not heal the injury; it will only remove the symptoms. And for example, let's say that we were talking about before, players having a tier 1 injury, not able to walk, right? Well, let's say you have the medical gun, you'll be able to apply that on the leg, so maybe the player who is injured will be able to drag himself walking out of the precarious situation. Maybe they'll be able to fly in their ship and then go to a hospital, but the medical gun will not be replacing hospitals. To be able to get rid of proper actual injuries, you will have to go to these hospitals, which is where they'll be able to put your character back to a condition of 100% of health. Now, they also did mention what's going on when you die, when it comes to respawn. Apparently, when you die, you respawn in a hospital in a medical gown, which is very funny, I think. And that is, there's a difference also on whether or not you die outside or inside a landing zone. So if you die inside a landing zone for some reason, I guess that's because in the future there will be no more armistice zones, so it's something that will be possible. Then you will have all of your inventory with you. However, if you are found outside of a landing zone, then you will lose the physicalized inventory that you will have with you, unfortunately. So you will have to get back your items. I'm probably gonna have to buy them back. So that's also going to be something you will have to take under consideration when you'll get into action. The idea that you will actually get to lose your possessions is going to make people think twice before they engage in combat or take on a mission. There's going to be much more planning involved than there is right now. As far as tier 1 and tier 2, as I said before, so these are the difficult medical facilities. They will be able to respawn, but tier 3, the Cutlass Red, will not. So if you respawn, it's either going to be in a hospital, or let's say you are in a party with a Cutlass Red or an 890, not a Cutlass, a Karak or an 890 jump, maybe you also have the chance to respawn there too. And all of this is going to come in Alpha 3.15, so theoretically in 3 months. Now my guess is probably Alpha 3.15 will come at the same time as CitizenCon, because this is something that CIG has been doing very often, releasing patches at the same time as CitizenCon, so probably throughout mid-October. But nevertheless, it is going to change the way people play the game quite a lot. And let me know that I have a question for you guys. It's this month's giveaway question. I know I haven't done the giveaway video yet. It should come tomorrow, guys. This month I'm giving away, for you guys who subscribe to this channel and answer the giveaway related question, I'm giving away a Raylan with LTI, guys. Are you going to try medical gameplay? Do you see yourself as a medic? Is this something that you are interested in? Please let me know in the comment section down below. As far as I'm concerned, maybe I will have a look at it. Probably I'll try to gain some knowledge if I need to, but this is not going to be my main focus. It's like I will probably see medical gameplay like mining. I mean, it's there. I'm glad it's there. Sometimes I do it if I have nothing else to do, but this is not going to be my main activity. But nevertheless, if I try it, I will try not to be completely clueless as well, just in case. It might always come handy. There's always a situation, you know, is there a doctor here situation, and that's when you will be very happy to know what you're doing if you have to be taking such responsibilities. That is all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more content on the channel. Hopefully tomorrow will be the giveaway video. This is the Eradicator. I'll see you guys later.